Not much time left for this adit. There's maybe 18 inches to squeeze in through right there. Unfortunately, there's a seasonal creek that runs down right here and dumps down right on top of the adit, and so it's filled up with dirt and rocks and such. But it is still accessible. Stuck the flashlight in there and it is doable. Standing next to the remains of a structure right here. You can see the corrugated metal there. And then these look like round nails. Yeah, those are round nails. So not too old, but evidently fairly old based on the state of things around here. There's actually a second adit right there in that divot right there out of the ground. You can see a little waste rock pile right here. That one's completely eroded shut, and given how small it is, again you can see how small the waste rock pile is there. Given how small it is, I'm wondering if they went in a little ways and realized they were too high and then resorted to this one or what, but just thought I'd mention that since it's a matter of significance. The portal is right there, and you can see some track here on the ground in front of me. The person that tipped me off about this adit said that there was actually an ore cart here up until a year or two ago, so I'm sorry that's gone. Just wanted to come out here to show you the size of the waste rock pile real quickly, and then we'll get inside this mine. Sorry about the wind. There's a decent sized trees down there, so there's all waste rock all through here. Not the easiest portal I've ever scrambled into, but now that I'm down here, things are looking pretty good. There's a real nice echo, and looking ahead, I don't see any ground fall or anything like that. A little bit damp, but that's what the waders are for. So hopefully this will be a good one. All right, heading in. Okay, opens up a bit here, just as it starts to get wet. Very squared off. That's kind of interesting. It looks narrow up there and square through there. You see the remains of some track right there, hidden in the mud. Wow, look at the water line. I just realized what that was. That stuff up there is the water line, so obviously it gets really wet here in the winter. Man, that's crazy. Now it's just a few inches deep in front of me, but man, that's crazy how deep it gets. And I'm still pretty impressed with how squared off this is. Looks like we come out of the water up there, see the track ties and such, and it looks like it just keeps punching straight back. It's turned into a sort of a reddish color on the rock here, and those are pig marks right there. That's interesting. I guess this is soft enough for them just to pick right through without needing to blast. It's still pretty solid though, because like I said, there's a good echo and there aren't any timber supports. Okay, out of the water, there's the track in front of me, and like I said, the adit just keeps punching straight back. Ledge inside there, which is interesting. Presumably the water was intended to drain along the side there. And the rock has changed again. More colorful now, a little more crumbly. Oh, it's changed a lot. Watch all these colors have changed. Now it's much darker. I know I say this all the time, it's always incredible to me how much the geology underground shifts and changes. Continuing on, the adit is very skinny and tall here. Looks like there's some ground fall up ahead, but this is very uniquely shaped through here. Normally when they're this skinny, they're not very high, but this one's quite high. And looks like there's something here on the right. Yeah, there's a raise going up here. And it looks like that was probably just exploratory in nature because it stops right there. And this ground fault could actually be another raise or ore chute or something. Again, the rock just changed dramatically. Looking ahead, I see some timbers or something up there. This is actually just ground fall. Yeah, there's no ore chute or anything there. Also, right there. Just scramble over that. It's a big slab right there. They picked around. And yeah, you notice my voice is not echoing as much anymore. That tells you we're in the softer material now. And of course that's reflected by the ground fall that we're seeing here. Interesting yellow color, almost like a sulfur color here. But I won't be too sorry to get out of this section, given all the ground fall. And like I said, I've got some good timbers up here. That is a very solid looking timber set. Just embedded on the side of the adit there. See some corrugated metal there. And oh wow. This is really cool. Look at this raise running up here. See, there's a ladder. Sorry, I'm getting a water drip on me. It's kind of distracting. There's a ladder running up there. It cuts over to another ladder there. And extends up some more from there. So there's the other ladder on the right there. And there's some kind of walkway or platform there. And obviously it runs off that way and this way as well. Man, this is really cool. I wish I could get up those ladders, but they're rotten. Wow. Very cool. And then, let's see, the adit keeps running that way. Let's see an ore chute up there. Looks like we've got some miners graffiti here. Bunch of initials. So I'll leave that up to the audience to try and interpret that. Looks like it's been there a while though. And okay, looking ahead, the attic keeps running. Got another solid timber set here, and obviously something running up to the right where this ore chute is going from. That's a big ore chute too. Let's see. There's the Manway running up there. And then pulling back from the Manway, take a look at this ore chute here. It's not plugged, which is unusual. And let's see, it runs up quite a ways that way. Well supported. Really impressed by the timbering inside this mine. It's really well done. Looking ahead there, looks like there's a grease can here for greasing the rails. There's another view of that ore chute and timber set right there. So carrying on, again, you can see the rock has changed completely. Now we're into a slaty gray color. Some random boards on the ground there. See, the water level doesn't get as high back here. It's probably waist high now, rather than being over my head. Some more timbers here, excuse me. And now, let's see the The old insulator right there. Come on, focus. That's pretty neat. And now the rock back here is, looks like it's got these big slabs and boulders. Interesting. Okay, carrying on. Okay, now we got some timber. Wow, whole section of timber sets here. There's one down on the ground there. And can't tell if there was something up above us or not, or if they're just protecting us from bad ground. The insulator right there. I'm guessing they're protecting us from bad ground. Yeah, see all those rocks up on top there? Obviously not the most structurally sound section of this mine. Look at the rock directly above us. And then those are some very large timbers ahead of us. Man, those are large. The insulator on top of that one. And cool lagging on the side here. Holding back all that loose rock. Looks like it might have even put some waste rock in there. Help support it. Wow, that is a cool view looking ahead. A little bit of a collapse up there, it appears. And we keep running back through all these timbers, which look really neat, by the way. Looks like the remains of a dynamite box on the ground here. And I guess this is the velvet. Here we go. Velvet tobacco. With miners involved, it's always going to be tobacco or alcohol. Usually you see Prince Albert, but velvet is also a popular one. Just trying to see if I can see any writing on this dynamite box. But it appears to be too... Oh, there's something on the side right there. Hold on. I don't want to damage it. Maybe somebody can make that out right there. From the angle I am right now, I can't, but hopefully somebody at home can. Here's looking back where we've come. And moving on ahead. There's a nasty section right here where it looks like the top right here gave way. Opened up that spot right there. And then attic carries on that way. It looks pretty bad up there actually. Just over that ground fall there. There's a look up at what came down, or I should say where it came down from more accurately. And then, as I mentioned before, doesn't look great going ahead either. See there's a lot of stuff down on the ground there, and I can't tell what that is back there. If it bends sharply or what, but obviously we'll find out. Oh yes, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I meant by it not looking so great ahead. Like I said, sometimes I get easily distracted. I'm trying to make my way through here, look for hazards, and then also narrate, so bear with me. Pretty rotted timbers there. Interesting growth on this one. Alright. Continuing on. I thought those were some spikes or something on the ground, but they're just bits of wood. Looks like that's the face, actually. Yes, that is the face. This is where the miners stopped. You can see drill hole up there and up there, so they were starting to push ahead but stopped for whatever reason. And then here And here you can see these sheets here, these metal sheets, and they would have these near where they were blasting, and then all the rock, debris, or muck would go on those and make it easier to haul out rather than have it go directly on the track and such, which aside from making it more difficult to haul out, could also damage the track. So I'm back at that ore chute, which is to my right, and that's the main level of the adit that we're on down there. I climbed up this ladder here away to try and get a better sense of what was up here, and thought I'd show you guys a few interesting things. This is the inside of the ore chute, obviously, and looking up, trying to give you a better view up. It's looking up where the ore was getting dumped down from, and then pulling back. This is a look up Manway. It's vertical, and unfortunately some of those boards are rotten, so I just don't have the confidence to scale a vertical ladder. It looks like it goes maybe 75 feet up there, and that would be a long way to fall if one of those rotten boards gave out on me. There is some kind of platform right there, and I'm seeing rock up above it, so I don't think it keeps going past that. And so obviously it's probably stoped to the right or the left. But they did some impressive woodwork back here. Directly behind me, you can see I've got this pipe next to me. But what I wanted to show you were these pick marks on the side here, which I thought were interesting. And I also thought it was interesting, you can see these timbers were carved out with an axe, which I thought was cool as well. And also, you can see down there, pretty cool stuff. I'm still making my way out. There's that ore chute there, and then the Manway just went up, is the one that runs up that way. And something I missed on the way in was this miner's graffiti here. I saw this graffiti, but I missed this one since it was behind me. I'm not sure what GB is, somebody's initials or whatever. And then these, I'm presuming, are the ore cart loads that came out. That's traditionally what the dots mean. It's a way for them to track the ore cart loads out.